Hey, what's up you guys? I'm Sara Lubratt and today we're going to be redoing my vision board. I totally thought that I wasn't going to do a vision board or goals for 2025, and that's mostly because I very strongly believe that you can change your life any day, any moment, so I don't love like the whole like new year, new you kind of a thing. And I think that as a society, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves on January 1st and we have to be perfect on January 1st, and then we mess up on the 2nd or the 3rd, or if you're really good, maybe like a week into January. Instead of focusing on the things you want to add into your life by basically saying like, if I don't hit 10,000 steps a day, my goal is ruined. Instead of like, I'd like to walk more and ideally I'd like to hit 10,000 steps, and breaking down a goal by like building it more into our schedules as opposed to like the 10K or bust. And like I said, I wasn't thinking about doing a vision board. I barely even wrote down goals for the year. But then earlier today, which it's January 9th for me right now, I was thinking about my vision board. I've had my 2024 vision board as the screensaver on my computer, which is really fun. And I really thought that I wasn't going to change anything on it and that I was just going to keep the same one for 2025 until I started thinking about it today. And I was like, actually, I do want to change some things on there. There's some things that just like don't jive with what I feel right now. And I wanted to take you guys through and talk through my goals for 2025, how I'm choosing to look at 2025, and some of the things on my vision board I tried, didn't love. And a lot of that was like, I had a lot of like dinner party pictures on my 2024 vision board. And I think one of the big things for that is I excel in one-on-one conversations and meeting people one-on-one instead of like joining a big group and then trying to find people within that big group. I do better with like getting coffee with somebody, going on a hike or to the park with somebody. And that's just an example, but I would like to lean into fostering one-on-one relationships as opposed to just like trying to meet people like in a quantity over quality kind of way, which is why I think that prioritizing those one-on-one coffee dates and stuff, I think will be more important to me in 2025. And I know that's just an example, but that's something on my last vision board where I was like, okay, I don't really want to take that into 2025. I'm not opposed to like hanging out in groups or anything, but again, leaning into the smaller, deeper friendships instead of just quantity. So a little bit earlier today, I started a Pinterest board of all of the new ideas that I was having for 2025, and I was actually amazed at how much I was repinning, because again, I was kind of just expecting to keep my 2024 vision board pretty much as it was, but I might actually be adding more images than I am saving images, which is just not what I was expecting. So I'm using Canva. This is not sponsored or anything. It's just really easy to use. So this is my vision board for last year, and I like don't even know what I want to copy over. Yeah, like some of these are good. I kind of just want to refresh most of this. So I'm just going to start with dumping all of my photos in here, and then we will just see how far this gets me. And then once I get everything laid out, I can see then if I want to bring over any pictures from last year's vision board. Okay, that's everything. So I think what I'm going to do is just talk through these as I go. This first one that I'm moving around is a picture of somebody doing Pilates. My goal for this year is to try one Pilates class. I might love it, I might not like it, but I want to try Pilates. That's why the picture's in there. That's probably the one in here that makes like the least sense with all of the other pictures. So I might end up deleting that, but we'll see. I have a couple pictures of like art spaces and artists. I still would love to decorate my bedroom more. And what I see doing for that is just painting some different things and doing sort of a gallery wall. You can kind of see that I past that plant, but I have a gallery wall over back here of paintings that I've done in the past. I have not yet painted in this apartment just because it's much smaller than my previous apartments. So I don't really have space to like spread out and paint, but I totally could if I decided that that was important to me. But I would love to finally decorate my bedroom. I also would love to be more of a tourist in my own city and get out to do things like go to more museums, go to more art galleries. I think that stuff like that is so much fun. It's just something that I kind of forget exists. So the next picture is one of Yosemite. I've been talking about going to Yosemite with one of my friends, and we haven't made it happen yet, but I'm hoping that this is the year that we do. Yosemite is like a 12-hour drive from Salt Lake City, which is by no means short, but also feels like it's too close to not go do. This next picture is one of the hikes in Canyonlands, and Canyonlands National Park is the last of 5 national parks in Utah that I have yet to go to. So once I hit Canyonlands, I will have been to all 5 of the national parks here in Utah, and Druid Arch I think is like a 9-ish mile hike, and I would really love to go go do that one, so that's why I chose this picture specifically. I really thought I was going to be bringing over more pictures from last year's vision board. This so far is like really fun. I'm glad I decided to do this. Next picture is of the Red Rocks Amphitheater in Denver, Colorado. This is another thing where I'm like, this is something I've wanted to do for a while. Denver is like a $90 flight away, and this venue just looks so dreamy. I went to a concert this year, which I actually have a picture from that I'm adding to my vision board, where I went to an outdoor Glass Animals concert, and I freaking loved that. The person I went with and I actually almost went to the one in Denver because it was the night before the Salt Lake City show. And honestly, I haven't been a huge concert person until that concert, and now I'm like, wow, I want to do that again. I want to like recreate that feeling. And I think that going to see any band at Red Rocks would be like an absolutely incredible experience. We have another picture of Yosemite, basically the same picture. I like the lighting in this one better. Something I did in 2024 and absolutely loved was go out of my way to drive out into the mountains to watch 2 different meteor showers, and I will absolutely be doing that again this year. I have a couple pictures of camping because I really fell in love with it last year, and I would love to go on more camping trips, which I also feel like is a trend for this vision board. Is something else that I don't really love about like New Year's resolutions and stuff is basically looking at your past self and being like, oh, I didn't do enough, like I wasn't doing, you know, X, Y, or Z. Some of the things that I'm adding to my vision board is just things that I would like to do more of that I have been doing and just really enjoyed. And camping is definitely one of those things. Here's another concert picture. I would love to be a runner. I would love to be a long distance runner, but I have some health stuff that has held me back from that I'm also working on getting fixed, but I'm going to do what I can to at least start running and just see where that gets me. So I have a couple running pictures, some more camping photos. You'll notice that they all have mountains in the background. Pictures of passports. I have not left the United States since before COVID, and I kind of feel like I'm starting to get the itch again. There's a couple pictures in here of places I might want to go, and then the next picture is one. These are just ideas. I don't want to make this anything like too crazy specific, but I am starting to think about taking a trip out of the country sometime in 2025. Something that I freaking adored in 2024 was my writing group and getting to show up for myself and other writers every week to write together, to talk about writing, to talk about the issues that we're having with writing. Another picture that gives off the same vibe, I think this is like a book club, but just finding people with similar interests and continuing to foster those relationships. There's a train ride I would really love to take in 2025. That's what this is. And one of my goals with taking that trip is to be able to write on the train. I just want to write a lot more. I think I wrote something in the realm of like 230,000, wrote or edited 230,000 words in 2024. I kind of have 2 loose goals for 2025, at least as far as like the active writing goes. Maybe it's not 2, maybe it's just 1, but at least one of them is to average writing at least an hour a day. But I'm trying to not put too much pressure on myself. I'm trying to keep the focus on like putting the effort and intention into doing things instead of focusing so much on the output or the outcome. I would love to potentially publish something in 2025 or sign a publishing deal for something in 2025. If I were to publish this year, it would probably be something self-published, which is something that I am considering. It would not be Project EE. I just want to put that out there, but I am also hoping to sign some kind of literary agent or publisher in 2025 for Project DE. So I have a couple people standing next to just stacks of their books because that is the absolute dream. And then we get to the pictures that actually I took. The lighting keeps changing and I'm so sorry. It is really brutal right there, but I'm just gonna keep sliding over. But we are getting to a couple pictures that I actually took in 2024. I attended like an outdoor yoga class and I want to do more of that this year. That was so much fun. And again, just really lines up with like the person I want to be in 2025, like getting out and doing the things I want to do. I'm running out of space, but here's a picture of me hiking at a waterfall. I'm obviously very, very little right there, but it was a pretty big waterfall. I might have to just move these around in a second. Here's a picture of me at a lake. I brought my notebook up so that I could do some writing while I was at a mountain lake. And this just, you know, reinforces the idea of wanting to be outside more, wanting to write more. Here's a picture I took from one of my camping trips. And the reason that I'm choosing to include pictures of my own in my vision board is I saw somebody else do it. And I think that that really lines up with the whole thought of I really liked 2024. I really liked some of the things I did in 2024, and I just want to do more of that. And also seeing myself on my vision board just feels like very satisfying and very affirming of, yes, I did an amazing job last year. Let's just keep doing more of that this year. I am running out of space. This is a picture of me and some of my friends at the middle girls book release party. This was for Iron Rose by Abigail O'Brien. And I think a really big thing for me in 2025 is I've already talked about like fostering community and focusing on building creative friendships. Something that I really want to focus on though is developing friendships and relationships with other writers. And that definitely encompasses like showing up to my writing group consistently and as much as I can, but also meeting new writers and just really developing friendships where I have a lot in common with the other person. This is a picture that I took on a camping trip last year, where again, I brought my notebook because I knew that I was going to not have cell service for like 4 days. So it was a great way to force myself in like a good way. Force myself is a very strongly way to phrase it, but basically like force myself to write, you know what? No. Allow myself to have that space for creativity and just have fun creating things in nature. Okay, I'm starting to run out of space. This is me on a hiking trip. Wow, yeah, I'm out of space. We'll put me way over there. This is the picture from the Glass Animals concert that I went to last year. That was like the feeling that I want to recapture in going to some concerts this year. I don't know where I'm going to put that yet. This is a picture of me after I finished draft 7 of Project DE. And so for my vision board last year, I had a couple things that had like words on it and stuff, but I didn't really want to do too much of that this year, but I did have this one. It just says show up, but I think that it really makes a lot of sense with how much I believe in like the input-based goals and just believing that like I'm the one that gets to sit down and do the writing. I'm the one that gets to go hiking, and I just want to continue showing up for myself. I want to show up for myself even more than I did last year, but I love this being like my mantra for 2025. And now I'm just going to move some stuff around and make sure that this all fits, and then I will show you guys the finished product. The sun has fully set now, but I just finished up doing the layout of my 2025 vision board. Here it is. I ended up not bringing over any of the photos from my vision board last year, which honestly, I again was surprised about because I didn't even know that I was making a vision board for this year. But I feel really good about this vision board. I really think it aligns with how I feel right now and the things that I want to do this year. I would love to know down in the comments below what some of your goals for 2025 are, if you're a person that sets goals, or if you made a vision board, kind of like what some of the vibes are that you put on your vision board. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.